We're going to turn now to the latest on President-elect Trump's nominee for Attorney General, former Congressman Matt Gaetz. The lawyer for two women who testified before a House committee about sexual misconduct by Gaetz is telling their story. Nightline co-anchor Juju Chang brings us the interview. Good morning, Juju.
Good morning, George. You know, it was a wide-ranging, detailed interview. And while Trump teams remains publicly confident, in private, the president-elect has at times questioned Gaetz's chances for confirmation, even working the phones to shore up support. And the details of this interview are raising even more concerns.
This morning, President-elect Trump upping the pressure on Republican senators to confirm former Congressman Matt Gaetz for Attorney General, even calling some senators directly. This as the attorney for two women who testified in the Gaetz House ethics investigation speaks out, claiming one of his clients saw the Republican firebrand having sex with a minor, an allegation Gaetz vehemently denies.
What did your client witness?
She testified in July of 2017 at this house party. She was walking out to the pool area and she looked to her right and she saw Representative Gaetz having sex with her friend who was 17.
And at the time he was a sitting congressman?
I don't know if she was aware of who he was at the time, but at the time, yes, he was a sitting congressman for about 6 months. My client testified to the House that her understanding was that Matt Gaetz did not know that she was a minor, and that when he learned that she was a minor, that he broke off things and did not continue a sexual relationship until she turned 18.
Do we know how old he was at the time of this encounter?
I believe he was 35.
And she was 17, about to turn 18, presumably.
I believe so.
Yeah.
Florida Attorney Joel Leppard adding both of his clients testified before the House Ethics Panel after being subpoenaed by Congress, describing how Gaetz paid them both for sex using Venmo.
They essentially put the Venmo payments on the screen and asked about them, and my clients repeatedly testified, what was this payment for? Well, that was for sex, yes.
Do you know how many times, how many parties your clients went to and had sex with Representative Gaetz?
Well, not all of them were parties. So some of them were events, such as they attended election events, like at hotels. They went with him to New York for a taping on Fox News, but approximately perhaps 10 times. 10 to 15 times.
Their testimony is that Representative Gaetz took them across state lines for the purpose of having sex and paid them for that.
That's correct.
The underage girl, who's now in her 20s, also testified before the Ethics Committee. Leppard says his clients do not want to testify again for a Senate confirmation, but he said they believe what they told the House investigators should be made public.
This is not a political hit job. This is not an anti-Matt Gaetz stance per se. It is more that this is what happened to them, it's true, and they want the American people to know about this as they consider their future Attorney General, potentially.
The 42-year-old resigning from Congress last week, the same day President-elect Donald Trump announced Gaetz as his pick for Attorney General. A transition spokesperson calling the allegations against him baseless and an attempt to derail the second Trump administration. House Speaker Mike Johnson has said the report should not be released. But before they approve Gaetz to lead the Department of Justice, a growing number of Republican senators say they want to see the report and know exactly what his accusers say they saw.
It would be in everybody's best interest, including the president's, not to be surprised by some information that might come out during the confirmation hearing and the background check. So we're going to do our job.
Now, on Wednesday, the House committee will meet to decide whether to release its final ethics report on Gaetz, under growing pressure to do so from both sides of the aisle. Now, Leppard says his clients have been in counseling ever since the federal investigations required them to testify and are really, really hoping not to go through it again.
Pretty astonishing testimony.
Yeah. Very detailed.
Okay, Judy, thanks very much.